Today is not just another Saturday slipping by unnoticed. December 28th marks one of the most powerful mental and manifestation shifts of the entire year. As Mercury, the planet of thought, communication and intention, crosses the threshold into Capricorn at 8:30 in the morning Eastern Time, a cosmic doorway opens that transforms everything you think into something you can actually build. This is not motivation. This is not inspiration. This is activation. The universe is handing you the blueprint to turn your vision into your reality, and the next 3 weeks will determine whether you step into 2026 as the same person or as the version of yourself who finally stopped dreaming and started doing. Before we go any deeper, leave a like and subscribe to this channel. And comment, "I am ready to manifest," to lock this energy into your timeline. Because what you're about to hear is not general astrology. This is a direct transmission for those who are done waiting and ready to build. Mercury in Capricorn is not like Mercury in any other sign. This is the moment when thoughts stop floating and start landing. When ideas stop being possibilities and start becoming plans. When your mind stops wandering through fantasies and locks into focus with laser precision. Capricorn is the architect of the zodiac. It doesn't care about what sounds good or feels nice. It cares about what works, what lasts, what can be measured, tested and proven in the physical world. And when Mercury, the planet that rules your mental frequency, your communication style, and the way you process information, enters this sign, your entire thought process undergoes a structural transformation. You stop thinking in circles, you start thinking in steps, you stop reacting emotionally, you start responding strategically. You stop hoping things will happen. You start planning how to make them happen. This is the energy of the CEO, the builder, the strategist, the person who doesn't just talk about their goals, but creates the systems that guarantee their success. And today, that frequency becomes available to you. For the past few weeks, Mercury has been moving through Sagittarius, expanding your vision, opening your mind to possibilities, encouraging you to dream bigger and believe in more. That energy was necessary. It gave you the inspiration, the faith, the philosophical framework you needed to see beyond your current reality. But inspiration without execution is just entertainment. Vision without structure is just distraction. And Sagittarius energy, as beautiful as it is, doesn't build empires. It imagines them. Capricorn builds them. Today, the fire becomes form. The dream becomes a plan. The idea becomes an action item. And if you've been feeling restless, scattered, or unsure of how to move forward with everything you've been envisioning, today is the day that clarity arrives. Not as a feeling, but as a knowing. Not as a possibility, but as a decision. Mercury in Capricorn doesn't ask you what you want. It asks you what you're willing to work for. It asks you what you're committed to building. It asks you what legacy you're ready to create. And it gives you the mental discipline, the focus, the strategic intelligence, and the communicative authority to make it happen. This is the cosmic reset before the new year. The mental recalibration that prepares you to enter 2026 with clarity, purpose, and a plan that actually works. You're not stepping into January confused. You're stepping in focused. You're not stepping in hopeful. You're stepping in prepared. You're not stepping in wishing. You're stepping in building. And it all begins today, right now, in this moment. Mercury entering Capricorn activates what astrologers call the manifestation frequency. This is when the gap between thought and reality becomes thinner than it's ever been. When what you focus on doesn't just influence your mood, it influences your outcome. When the words you speak don't just describe your life, they construct it. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, the planet of time, discipline, structure, and karmic consequence. Saturn doesn't reward wishful thinking, it rewards consistent effort. It doesn't respond to emotion, it responds to action. And when Mercury aligns with Saturn's energy, your thoughts become bound by the laws of manifestation in a way that is both powerful and precise. Every thought you repeat becomes a pattern. Every word you speak becomes a declaration. Every plan you write down becomes a contract with the universe. And the universe, Under this transit is listening with the kind of attention that doesn't forget. This is why the next 3 weeks are so critical. Because Mercury will remain in Capricorn until January 15th, 2026, giving you a solid window of time to set intentions that stick, to make decisions that last, to communicate goals that others take seriously, and to build mental frameworks that support the life you're trying to create. But here's the thing. Capricorn energy doesn't hand you anything for free. It doesn't coddle. It doesn't make excuses. It doesn't wait for you to feel ready. It asks one question: are you willing to do the work? And if the answer is yes, it opens every door. If the answer is no, it closes every shortcut. This transit rewards the disciplined and exposes the distracted. It elevates those who commit and humbles those who hesitate. And the choice is entirely yours. If you've been feeling like your life lacks direction, like you've been spinning your wheels without making real progress, like your goals keep shifting and nothing ever solidifies, this is your moment to stop the cycle. Mercury in Capricorn hands you the mental clarity to see exactly where you've been wasting energy, exactly where you've been avoiding responsibility, exactly where you've been hoping someone else would fix what only you can build. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. The veil lifts. The excuses dissolve. The truth becomes undeniable. You are the architect of your reality. You are the strategist of your future. You are the builder of your destiny. And the tools you need are not outside of you. They are inside of you. They always have been. But today, you finally remember how to use them. One of the most profound shifts that happens under Mercury in Capricorn is the transformation of how you communicate. Not just with others, but with yourself. The way you talk to yourself changes. The way you describe your life changes. The way you present your goals changes. Capricorn doesn't speak in maybes or hopefuls. It speaks in timelines, in commitments, in certainties. It says, I will, not I wish. It says, I'm building this, not I'm thinking about this. It says, this is happening, not this might happen. And when you begin to speak with that level of conviction, the universe responds with that level of support. People start taking you seriously. Opportunities start aligning. Resources start appearing. Not because you got lucky, but because you shifted your frequency from possibility into certainty. And certainty is magnetic. You may notice over the next few days that conversations become more direct. People stop dancing around the truth and start saying what they mean. Negotiations become clearer. Boundaries become firmer. Commitments become real. This is Mercury in Capricorn cutting through the noise and demanding honesty, efficiency, and respect. If someone has been wasting your time, you'll feel it more intensely now. If a situation has been draining your energy without giving you results, you'll recognize it immediately. And you'll have the courage to walk away, not out of anger, but out of alignment. Because Capricorn energy doesn't tolerate misalignment. It doesn't tolerate half efforts. It doesn't tolerate relationships, jobs, or habits that don't contribute to your growth. It prunes, it structures, it organizes, and it asks you to do the same. This is also an incredibly powerful time for goal setting. Not the kind of goal setting where you write down wishes and hope they come true. The kind of goal setting where you reverse engineer your vision into actionable steps, assign deadlines to each step, and hold yourself accountable to the timeline you create. Mercury in Capricorn loves plans. It loves spreadsheets. It loves calendars. It loves systems that work. And if you take the time between now and January 15th to map out your 2026 goals with this level of clarity and structure, you will enter the new year with a momentum that most people spend months trying to build. You'll have a head start, not because you're smarter, but because you're more strategic. Not because you're luckier, but because you're more disciplined. Not because the universe favors you, but because you've aligned your thoughts, your words, and your actions with the frequency of manifestation. Now, let's talk about what this means for specific areas of your life. Because Mercury in Capricorn doesn't just influence your mind. It influences every area governed by communication, planning, and decision-making, which is basically everything. In your career, this transit brings clarity around your professional path. If you've been uncertain about your next move, whether to stay in your current role, whether to start that business, whether to ask for that promotion, Mercury in Capricorn gives you the mental fortitude to make the decision and follow through. This is the energy of the strategist, the planner, the person who doesn't just show up to work, but shows up with a 5-year plan. Employers notice, clients notice, the universe notices, and opportunities that require responsibility, leadership, and long-term commitment begin to present themselves. This is not the time to play small. This is the time to step up. In your relationships, Mercury in Capricorn asks for honesty and commitment. If a relationship is built on depth, trust, and mutual respect, this transit strengthens it. Conversations become more meaningful, commitments become more serious. Future planning becomes a natural part of the dialogue. But if a relationship is built on games, confusion, or avoidance, this transit exposes it. You'll no longer tolerate mixed signals. You'll no longer accept excuses. You'll no longer waste energy trying to decode what someone really means. Capricorn demands clarity. And if someone cannot give you that, you'll have the strength to release them. Not because you're cold, but because you're committed to building a life that honors your worth. In your finances, Mercury in Capricorn is the ultimate budgeting, planning, and wealth-building energy. This is the time to look at your money with the eyes of a strategist. Where is it going? Where should it be going? What systems can you create to ensure it grows? What habits need to change to ensure it stays? This transit supports financial planning, investment research, debt reduction strategies, and long-term wealth building. It's not about getting rich quick. It's about getting wealthy slowly, steadily, sustainably. And if you use this energy wisely, the financial decisions you make between now and mid-January will set the tone for your entire year. In your personal development, Mercury in Capricorn is the energy of mastery, not trying, not dabbling, mastery. This is the time to commit to the skill you've been avoiding, to finish the course you started 6 months ago, to read the book that's been sitting on your shelf, to practice the discipline that separates amateurs from professionals. Capricorn doesn't reward talent, it rewards effort. And if you're willing to put in the work, this transit will reward you with progress that is visible, measurable, and undeniable. Mercury in Capricorn also brings a profound shift in how you think about time. Capricorn is the sign most connected to the concept of time. It understands that time is not infinite, that every moment you waste is a moment you cannot reclaim, that discipline today creates freedom tomorrow. And under this transit, you become acutely aware of how you're spending your time. Are you investing it in activities that build your future? Or are you spending it on distractions that drain your present? Are you using your hours to create? Or are you using your hours to consume? Mercury in Capricorn asks these questions, and it doesn't let you ignore the answers. You may feel a sudden urgency to get organized, to delete apps that waste your time, to set boundaries around your schedule, to say no to things that don't align with your priorities. This is not anxiety. This is clarity. This is your higher self recognizing that you have been given a gift, the gift of time, and it's asking you to honor it. The energy of this transit is especially potent because we are entering it right before the new year. Most people enter January with vague resolutions that fade by February, but you're entering with a blueprint, with a plan, with a mindset that has been recalibrated by one of the most grounding, disciplined, and manifestation-oriented transits of the year. You're not starting 2026 hoping it will be better. You're starting it knowing exactly what you're building and exactly how you're going to build it. This is the advantage. This is the edge. This is the reason you're hearing this message today. Now, there is one challenge that comes with Mercury in Capricorn, and that is the tendency to become overly serious, overly rigid, or overly focused on productivity at the expense of joy. Capricorn energy, when imbalanced, can turn into workaholism. It can turn into perfectionism. It can turn into a belief that rest is weakness and that you must constantly be achieving to be worthy. This is not the truth. The truth is that rest is part of the strategy. Joy is part of the plan, and you do not need to earn your worth through endless productivity. You are valuable simply because you exist. Mercury in Capricorn wants you to build, yes, but it wants you to build sustainably. It wants you to create systems that support your well-being, not destroy it. It wants you to honor your limits, not ignore them. So as you move through this transit, remember to balance the drive with rest. Balance the discipline with compassion. Balance the planning with presence. You are allowed to be both ambitious and at peace, both focused and flexible, both committed to your goals and kind to yourself along the way. Over the next 72 hours, you will begin to feel the shift. Your thoughts will become clearer. Your priorities will become sharper. Your decisions will become easier. You may feel a sudden urge to organize your space, to delete old files, to create a vision board, to write down your goals, to schedule your week, to reach out to someone with a business proposal, to set a boundary you've been avoiding. These are not random impulses. These are the universe guiding you into alignment. Listen to them, act on them, trust them, because the energy available to you right now is rare, it is powerful, and it will not wait for you to feel ready. It will meet you where you are and ask you to rise. This is also a powerful time to journal, to write down exactly what you want to create in 2026, not in vague terms, but in specific, measurable, actionable language. Not "I want to be successful, but I will launch my business by March 1st. Not "I want to be healthier, but I will work out 4 times a week starting January 2nd. Not "I want better relationships, but I will communicate my needs clearly and release connections that don't honor me." The more specific you are, the more the universe can support you. The more committed you are, the more doors will open. The more disciplined you are, the more momentum you will build. And the more you align your thoughts, your words, and your actions with the frequency of Capricorn, the more unstoppable you will become. As you hear these words, something inside you shifts. You feel it in your chest, a quiet knowing, a grounded certainty, a recognition that you are ready, ready to stop waiting, ready to stop wishing, ready to stop hoping someone else will hand you the life you want. You are the one who builds it. You are the one who creates it. You are the one who manifests it. And today, the universe gives you the mental clarity, the strategic intelligence, and the manifestation frequency to do exactly that. The portal is open. The blueprint is revealed. The path is clear. All that's left is for you to take the first step, and then the next, and then the next, until the vision in your mind becomes the reality in your life. Today, Mercury enters Capricorn, and your thoughts become the foundation of your future. The words you speak become the blueprint of your destiny. The plans you create become the structure of your success. This is not theory. This is cosmic law. And the next 3 weeks will prove it. You are stepping into the manifestation portal. You are stepping into your power. You are stepping into the version of yourself who doesn't just dream, but builds. Your timeline is shifting. Your frequency is rising. Your future is forming. And this is only the beginning. If this message resonated with your soul, leave a like, subscribe to this channel, and comment. I am ready to manifest, to anchor this energy into your reality. You are chosen. You are focused. You are unstoppable. And your destiny is now in your hands.